Manchester United fly out to USA on Tuesday to begin their pre-season tour, and we'll cover every minute of it here on United People's TV. But what should you be expecting? Is there anything to look out for? This is the third video covering the pre-season so far, and I'll tell you everything you need to know about the tour and what Amorim wants to get from it. So Manchester United fly out to America for the pre-season tour, and I know that not everyone's going to have all the time to watch all the games, especially not in the middle of the night. I'm going to cover it all here on United People's TV, so make sure you do subscribe. This is the third part of our pre-season series. We've taken a look at some of the training matches, and now, ahead of the tour, I'm going to run through some of the key things that I'm going to be looking out for, and that you should be looking out for in these games. Who do we play? Is it West Ham, Bournemouth, and Everton? Dead exciting pre-season, I know. Let's run through some key points, all right? Number one on my list, I'm looking forward to seeing Bryan Mbeumo in a United shirt, all right? He's had his medical at Carrington. He's going to be on the plane for the pre-season tour, and it means that Kone and Mbeumo are both on that plane. I'm looking forward to seeing just him settle into the team. I think he's going to bring an immediate change. I think he's probably going to wear 19. That number's 3, and that was the number he had at Brentford. But definitely, probably the thing I'm excited about the most is seeing Mbeumo's debut. How is he going to play? Who's he? Well, you know exactly where he's going to play. But I'm looking forward to it. That's number one on the list. Now, this I'm definitely interested to see. Sekou Kone, right? You remember that post-season tour? Might have even forgotten those games. What was it? Malaysia and Hong Kong we played. Not sure. Anyway, Sekou Kone was really impressive in those games. And you've got Nathan Salt from Daily Mail suggesting that while United were previously intending on sending him out on loan, probably to Lausanne, he's now going to stay at the club. So how Sekou Kone gets used in this pre-season tour, I think will probably be indicative of the chances that he's going to get next season and whether or not he does stay in the squad. Because I think if you're looking at midfield, I've said it so many times, there just doesn't have the balance there. Sekou Kone, I think, can offer something profile-wise that we're kind of missing in midfield. But he's not going to be technically developed enough. We'll see. But he's definitely one to watch. Jack Fletcher, he's had an opportunity in midfield as well. And just other youngsters, of course. Like, was it a couple of years ago, the pre-season when it was like Iqbal and Savage who played quite well. There'll be a youngster that takes an opportunity in this pre-season tour. Who would you back? Is it Sekou Kone or someone else? Let me know in the chat. Right, this one I think is definitely one to watch out for. Partnerships. On the pitch partnerships. You're going to see the foundations of them, all right? Diego Leon and Matheus Cunha starting the first half against Leeds. I'm looking forward to seeing how they play together, but even more so, I'm looking forward, and I hope we see this in one of the games. I want to see Cunha starting on that left with Dorgu. Dorgu started the second half, so they didn't get to play with each other. It just strikes me as that's going to be a partnership that works really well for both of them. I thought Dorgu was really impressive when he came on. I thought he was overly criticised last season for his introduction to United. I thought he started strongly, but then kind of petered off a little bit after that red card. But I'm looking forward to seeing that partnership, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing this partnership on the right-hand side. Just Amad and Mbeumo just strike me as a duo that's going to really complement each other well. Amad sticking wide, Mbeumo cutting inside. They both are going to have a relentless press to them. Amad brought that last season. It's a characteristic of Mbeumo's game. It's something that Amorim definitely wants his team to do, but physically knows that if we do that, we kind of end up getting caught out in midfield sometimes when we don't win the ball high up the pitch. But I'm looking forward to seeing the beginnings of some partnerships with the new signings and maybe in Amad in his new position. Now, in terms of midfield, this is definitely a question. How is Bruno going to get used in midfield? Now that we've signed Cunha and Mbeumo, Bruno's going to play deeper. But if you looked at that game against Leeds, here's an example here. There's Bruno down way wide left. In that game in the first half, Bruno sometimes was the deeper of the midfielders, sometimes was the furthest forward on the left, sometimes was furthest forward on the right. I'm guessing he's been given positional freedom, right? You can see here, that's when he's deepest in front of the back two. I'm curious as to see how Bruno's going to get used. I really am. And I'm curious as to know exactly who the perfect partner for him is going to be. I'll be interested to see at some point, and I hope we do see this. I'd love to see Sekou Kone playing alongside Bruno. How would that work as a partnership? Would that bring the balance that we need? Maybe Sekou Kone alongside Kobbie Mainoo. I'd like to see this. That's what the preseason is for. The preseason is about testing things. It's about building the patterns, of course, and I'm going to be interested as well to see whether or not one of the big issues I've got with Amorim's setup is that centre-back stepping up into midfield to make a midfield double pivot, while the two wide centre-backs, they'd spread wide. And that's the build-up shape. Doesn't really work. I'll be interested to see if that changes during the preseason. And also from a defensive perspective, what do you think is going to be United's strongest back three next season, right? Because Lenny Yoro is definitely in it, okay? And I'd argue you're looking really on paper right now as Aiden Heaven being in it as well. But the issue is that I would argue both Yoro and Heaven's best position is left centre-back. So in the first game against Leeds, you saw Yoro actually start at right centre-back in the second half with Heaven playing left. Is that an indication of what will come this season? If you look at Lenny Yoro's development last season, he actually played out on the right-hand side a lot. It's just I felt his best position was on the left. However, that's definitely going to be Aiden Heaven's position. And then when Martinez comes back through, it's going to be even more competition. And technically, I think if you're going to see Luke Shaw play any minutes for United this season, you're probably going to see it left centre-back. You've got Fredrickson, who played there once or twice as well. But the back three combinations, who plays as a central centre-back? Might you see Yoro play there? Because I don't particularly think that Maguire or De Ligt suits that role of stepping up into midfield. I think Yoro would suit it more. It's definitely one to watch. But the preseason, ultimately, it's just about fitness. It's about patterns. It's about seeing the new signings. And that's where we can be excited because we've got Bryan Mbeumo. We will see him make his United debut. Who do we play first? I think we play West Ham first, then Bournemouth, and then Everton. Not quite sure. There's 4 games left, of course. We'll play Fiorentina at Old Trafford, and that's not in the preseason tour. That's just after it. I'm looking forward to it. Every year, I don't really care about the preseason, and every single year, actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Sekou Kone. You know what? I'm looking forward to seeing the other youngsters. I'm looking forward to Mbeumo. What I'd love to see in this preseason tour, what would I choose as the most important thing? I want to see United scoring some goals, man. It has to be that, doesn't it? I want to see Cheeto bagging a couple. I want to see Højlund remembering how to be a striker. I want to see United getting goals from Kone and Mbeumo. I want to see United creating a lot more chances. That's probably what I would say is my focus point. If we can do that in these first few games, do I expect us to keep clean sheets every game? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. We don't even have a number one choice goalkeeper right now. Although, let's be honest, Tom Heaton was probably going to be our best goalkeeper until we sign one. Let's see what goes on, all right? That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm going to be watching every single game. We're going to have a preview for every game and a match reaction. And then I'll bring you the sort of 5 things that we learn from each game. So if you want to get coverage of the preseason tour, make sure you subscribe to United People's TV. I'm looking forward to it. Let's see what happens and whether or not, by the end of it, I'm happy it's over. Probably will because I don't like watching games at 3 in the morning. Anybody who does that around the world, honestly, kudos and credit to you because I couldn't do it.